Dramatic footage has been released of one of the biggest airstrikes against Colonel Gaddafi's forces since the campaign in Libya began. The video from an Apache helicopter shows the crew destroying a communications facility and several military vehicles with Hellfire missiles. Members of the regime's forces can also be seen fleeing the attack. Our reporter Kaya Lark takes us through the footage.
The crew of this Apache helicopter have several of Colonel Gaddafi's military vehicles in their sights. Parked up at one of his remaining bases, they're picked off one by one as the crew launch Hellfire missiles at them. As they line up for the next one, the crew spots Libyan soldiers crawling and running to safety, waiting until they're clear until engaging their weapons again. Those who've stayed behind can then be seen clearly fleeing the scene too. Elsewhere, deep within Libya, the mission for these attack helicopters is to take out this communications base. These pictures might not be as shocking as the last, but this is one of the most significant missions to date and lasted 40 minutes. The details came out in the latest briefing given to us by Major General Nick Pope. He said the attack helicopters were operating around 40 to 50 miles inland, quite possibly the furthest inland that they have operated so far. And with the support of all the I-Star assets, such as the reconnaissance helicopters and the fast jets that were in the area, this is one of the biggest missions so far. And while the Apaches continue to be used in Afghanistan as well as Libya, it's important for the crews to have the skills they need to operate in each environment.
We've trained up the 656 Squadron, who are in Libya now, in a very different way from the way that we train the boys and girls who are going to Afghanistan. There are different threats. The aircraft is very capable. The defensive aid suite it has is probably the best in the world, and I'm confident that their training and the capability of the aircraft keeps it as safe as it possibly can be.
The Tornado crews have also been kept busy. Here they're in Tripoli harbour, targeting one of Gaddafi's frigates as it's alongside. There's little doubt about the extent of the damage to the ship once 2 Paveway 4 bombs have been engaged. While here, they're sent to target a pickup truck, which has a rear-mounted rocket launcher. At first, it's not clear to see through the grainy footage, but once ablaze, the missiles are set off by the heat of the fire and can be seen flying through the air. As the operation nears the 6-month mark, the cost of the British contribution has been revealed as £260 million. But the MOD says British troops alongside NATO will be there for as long as is necessary. Kaya Lark, Forces News in London.